afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Thursday, the 19th of March. The government's attempting to set expectations on any reprieve from petrol price hikes as the US-Israeli war on Iran continues to pressure global oil supplies. Israel has now attacked the world's largest natural gas field in Iran, sending Brent crude oil prices up to $110 a barrel. The government says they'll now give twice-weekly updates on stocks, and a ministerial oversight group is meeting frequently. Finance Minister Nicola Willis says prices are likely to keep rising at the pumps. She says the government's focusing on targeted, timely support for the families most impacted.
We have to be careful not to raise an expectation that we will be able to blunt all of the pain.
Automobile Association fuel spokesperson Terry Collins says only a few petrol stations are still selling 91 for under $3.
Around about $2.95, something like that. I think by this time next week you'll struggle to find any station selling below the $3 mark.
Meanwhile, Nicola Willis says some growth is better than none. GDP only rose 0.2% in the December quarter. That's well below the 0.4 expected by many economists and 0.5 forecast by the Reserve Bank. It grew slightly in the year to December after 4 consecutive quarters of negative annual growth. Willis says New Zealand's in a stronger position than a year ago.
Inflation is at more stable levels, growth has revived, and we still have a very low interest rate environment.
The Prime Minister's not sparing much thought over protesters covering his electorate office in American flags and labelling it Trump War Minerals HQ. It's in protest over talks being held with the US last year, including a just-revealed proposal to fund our critical minerals projects, and help map resources. Greenpeace is taking credit. Police say they're making inquiries. Chris Luxon says it is a police matter and he's working on fuel supply issues from the Middle East war.
I've been very focused on what I'm dealing with here, which is making sure that we get a good response to this conflict and we set New Zealanders up for as best we possibly can.
Regular attendance data for last year shows charter school students turned up slightly more on average than those at public schools. That's 59.7% attendance against 58%. Associate Education Minister David Seymour calls it a good result for the 7 schools that opened last year.
That may not sound like a big difference, but 3 of the 7 charter schools that operated throughout 2025 were specifically set up for students who did not regularly attend.
Young Kiwi's sense of happiness is dropping, not helped by social media. This year's World Happiness Report finds New Zealand's generally one of the happier countries, but has had one of the most dramatic declines in well-being among 15 to 24-year-olds since 2011. It finds greater social media use is linked to lower well-being, particularly passive browsing and doom scrolling, and it suggests the generational divide is widening. Older adults are showing greater resilience, but young people's social connection and well-being are declining. To sport. And Black Caps fast bowler Lockie Ferguson is firmly behind the NZ20 Franchise League being adopted in New Zealand, saying it will provide the best opportunity for professionals and Kiwi youngsters. Football great Lionel Messi has reached another major milestone, becoming only the second male to score 900 career goals. James Slipper is laughing at a Slippers for Slipper campaign to commemorate tomorrow's record-breaking 203rd Super Rugby match, saying a wet Canberra night isn't the best time for fans to wear slippers. That is your latest news fix. We'll have another update for you tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.